Here I am, Alyssa nestled in the soft glow of our living room, the clock marking the passage of time, in a life that once felt so certain. My hands, once steady from years of working with delicate lenses, now quiver slightly as I grasp a cup of chamomile tea, its warmth offering little comfort against the chill that has taken residence in my bones. I've always been detail-oriented, a quality that has greatly benefited me in my career as an optometrist. My patients frequently remarked on the almost surgical precision with which I fit their glasses, yet I've come to understand that such precision does not protect one from the unpredictable chaos that life can present. Tyler, my husband, finds himself in the garage, a familiar scene for a Friday night. His enthusiasm for vintage cars is a captivating aspect. I've always appreciated a pursuit that infuses our otherwise contemporary existence with a sense of nostalgia and charm. The rhythmic clatter of tools and the sporadic exclamations when things went awry once brought a sense of solace, a testament to his unwavering commitment. Yet this evening, those sounds resonate in a new way, hinting at an impending darkness. Shadow, our loyal German shepherd, sprawls comfortably at my feet, his head gently resting on my slippers, a quiet companion in this moment. His eyes, typically bright and vibrant, now reveal a subtle worry, as if he too feels the change in our surroundings. From the very beginning, he has been a part of our journey, a steadfast companion whose loyalty never wavers. Yet even with him around, the unsettling tension lingers in the air. In a serene suburban enclave, our home has forever served as our cherished refuge. The walls, adorned in calming shades of blue and green, have witnessed the joyful echoes of laughter, the delightful sense of home-cooked dishes, and the comforting embrace of cherished memories. Now, those same walls seem to close in the colours muted, as if they too are preparing for the unfolding tale ahead. It began in the most unassuming way, or at least that's what I believed. During a regular checkup at work, there was a patient who appeared to be just like everyone else. Yet there was an intriguing quality about him, a glimmer in his eyes that seemed to contrast with his courteous exterior. There was a moment when a subtle discomfort washed over me, but I brushed it aside, attributing it to the weariness of a long day. How mistaken I was. The days that came after unfolded just like any other, woven with the familiar patterns of our existence. Tyler and I would rise with the sun, enjoy a brief meal together, and then set off on our separate journeys for the day. As the sun dipped below the horizon, we gathered to share the tales of our day, catching glimpses of the world through the news, or relishing the comforting presence of one another in peaceful silence. Yet, hidden beneath the surface of everyday life, an unexpected tempest was gathering, one I failed to foresee. It's hard to identify the precise instant when the first fissure emerged in our flawless symphony. Could it be the slight shift in Tyler's demeanor, the way he appeared more preoccupied, his laughter becoming a rare occurrence? Or was it the eerie calls that began to flood in the abrupt hang-ups that left an unsettling feeling in the air? As I sit here, pondering the moments that transpired, I am captivated by the possibilities that linger in my mind. What if I had truly listened to that patient's journey? What if I had bravely approached Tyler about the widening gap between us? Imagine if I had picked up those calls instead of allowing them to slip into the silence of voicemail. The tempest on the horizon is more than mere symbolism. It's genuine, and it's poised to unravel all that we've created. Once the symphony of our existence played in perfect harmony, but now it feels like a delicate dream, poised to break at the faintest whisper. What events might unfold to disturb the serene balance of our existence? Stay tuned to uncover the tale. It was one of those Thursdays, the sort where the week seems to be slowly shuffling its way toward the weekend. With Tyler away at a tech conference, Shadow and I found ourselves free to explore our own adventures. The house was enveloped in an eerie stillness, lacking the familiar sounds of Tyler's playful tinkering and joyful laughter. In an effort to dispel the solitude, I chose to take Shadow for a stroll, which brought us to the weathered guest house, nestled at the rear of our land. Years had passed since it had seen any use transforming into a repository of forgotten furniture and lingering memories. As we wandered, memories flooded back of the moments Tyler and I shared in that place, dreaming about what lay ahead. The warmth of memories wrapped around me, but it also cast a shadow on the space that had widened between us as the years passed. The door of the guest house groaned softly as I nudged it open, the noise reverberating in the stillness of the vacant room. In the gentle embrace of sunlight, tiny particles swirled and twirled, creating a mesmerizing ballet as they floated through the openings in the curtains. Shadow explored the surroundings, his tail wagging with joy, completely unaware of the lingering shadows of history that enveloped the space. I approached a weathered wooden table, a place where Tyler and I used to gather, weaving our aspirations into the air around us. Once there existed plans for a home that remained just dreams, journeys mapped out that never took flight, and a collection of names for little ones that never graced our lives. Every item whispered tales of possibilities, echoing the life we once dreamed of, but somehow let slip through our fingers. As I settled into the worn chair, my fingers danced over the blurred lines of our dreams. The stillness enveloped everything, pierced only by the faint whisper of darkness shifting nearby. In this serene stillness, I came to understand the depth of transformation that had unfolded. Tyler's journey had truly begun to soar as his passion for vintage cars grew into an all-consuming obsession. The richness of our conversations faded, leaving only brief exchanges of daily updates. The guest house, once a canvas for our collective aspirations, now resembled a tomb of memories long gone. I rose to my feet, a weight in my chest, and made my way to the window, drawing the curtain aside. In the soft glow of the dim light, shadows danced and stretched across the room, weaving tales of mystery and intrigue. In that moment, my attention was drawn to an unusual sight, a small, mysterious box hidden beneath the table. With a spark of intrigue, I reached for the box. It stood there, simple and unadorned, crafted from wood, devoid of any markings or labels, inviting curiosity and imagination. As I opened it, an eerie sensation crept over me. Within lay a trove of images, capturing moments that were solely mine, not ours. Snapshots captured at different moments in the locations I often visited. My breath hitched in my throat. Who was keeping an eye on me? The images captured moments from just weeks past, each one a glimpse into a story waiting to be told. Once there was a tale from the clinic, another woven from the whispers of our backyard, and even one where I found myself wandering as a shadow. The moment struck me with the chill of an unexpected tide. A shadow lingered behind me, capturing the moments of my existence without my awareness. My thoughts drifted to the patient with the piercing stare, the mysterious phone calls, and Tyler's preoccupied attitude. Is there a link between these? A wave of fear washed over me, the sword that seizes your heart and refuses to release its hold. I gently shut the box, my hands trembling with anticipation. In that moment of unease, Shadow approached me, gently pressing his head against my leg, offering a silent comfort. In search of clarity, I found myself pondering the beginning of my journey. Tyler was away, and it seemed off to address him over the phone about something so strange. I chose to conceal the box biding my time for Tyler's arrival. Perhaps he could unravel the enigma surrounding this situation. As I stepped away from the guest house, securing the door with a click, the heaviness of uncertainty settled upon my shoulders. The familiar embrace of our home had transformed into a prison, as if hidden watchers lurked in the darkness, observing our every move. The journey back to the main house was filled with unspoken tension. Each whisper of the leaves, every faint noise felt magnified. Shadow lingered nearby, his instincts sharp and ready to defend. Upon stepping into the house, I secured the door, meticulously checked the windows, and activated the alarm, an unusual routine for me during daylight hours. The evening unfolded, each tick of the clock weaving a tapestry of the secrets that now lingered between Tyler and me. The sensation lingered that our existence, once so routine, had transformed into a mystery, with fragments lost along the way. I settled in with a fresh cup of tea, not seeking solace this time, but rather to calm my racing thoughts. The photographs lingered in my thoughts, each one a ghostly reminder, a puzzle waiting to be unraveled. What was unfolding? Who crafted this tale? What's the reason behind that? As the night deepened, I felt the pull of untold tales weaving through my mind, making sleep a distant dream. The tempest that was gathering wasn't merely in the skies. It was swirling inside our home, within the fabric of our marriage, deep within my soul. The melody of our existence, once so beautiful, now seemed like a delicate dream, poised to break at the faintest whisper. What unfolded next in that guest house would alter the course of events forever. Keep your ears open for what's coming next. In the soft glow of the guest house, I found myself on a well-worn couch, deep in contemplation, while Shadow rested peacefully at my feet. In the depths of my solitude, a wave of overwhelming emotion washed over me. In that fleeting moment of vulnerability, I sought solace, not from Tyler, but from Shadow. What began as a casual moment of affection transformed into an unexpected adventure. His presence would have woven a tapestry of my betrayal, echoing through every moment shared. Shadow, our faithful German shepherd, remained by Tyler's side, and that turned out to be the right choice. Shadow, steadfast and true, appeared to feel the change in the air. How can I confront Tyler after everything that has happened? You may find the response unexpected. The following morning I rose with a burdened spirit, the gravity of my choices weighing heavily upon me. The sun peeked through the curtains, casting a gentle, teasing light across the room. My gaze averted from Shadow, who rested at the foot of the bed, his tail gently tapping the floor, unaware of the storm brewing within me. I ventured into the kitchen, every step heavy and slow, as if I were trudging through thick, sticky mud. In the stillness of the house, the only sound was the gentle hum of the refrigerator, a quiet backdrop to the unfolding tales of the past. I brewed coffee, yearning for the familiar rhythm to weave its way back into my life. As I savoured the warmth of the drink, my thoughts wandered back to the unfolding drama of the night before each recollection, a vivid reminder of what could have been. I felt the urge to reach out to Tyler, but what was the best way to do it? Remaining nearby, yet maintaining a respectful distance, as if he too grasped the weight of the moment, the anticipation of his response, whether it be one of revulsion or bewilderment, sent a wave of unease through me. As I stood there, enveloped in my musings, the phone rang, cutting through the stillness like a sudden flash of light. It was Tyler, the one who always had a tale to share. My heart raced with anticipation. With trembling hands, I answered the call. "Hey, how's everything going at home?" Tyler's voice rang with joy, oblivious to the tempest swirling inside me. "All is well," I managed to utter my voice, scarcely rising above a murmur. What tales are unfolding at the conference? Things are unfolding nicely. It seems I could return a day sooner than expected. I had a little surprise in mind for you, a delightful twist. I couldn't help but notice the irony. In that moment, I found myself caught in a web of secrets while he was weaving a tale of unexpected joy. "That sounds wonderful," I responded, my voice echoing emptiness. "I look forward to our next encounter." Once the call ended, a sense of confinement washed over me. The dwelling which had been our refuge now resembled a cell crafted by my own hands. In search of clarity, I sought a way to navigate the weight of my guilt. Before Tyler came back, I chose to embark on a drive, seeking to break free from the limitations of our dwelling. As I approached the car, Shadow trailed behind his gaze, reflecting a steadfast loyalty that now served as a painful echo of my own treachery. Leaving him behind was not an option, especially after everything that had transpired. As I drove without a destination in mind, memories flooded back when I arrived at the park, where Tyler and I once strolled with shadow. The atmosphere was rich with echoes of joy, where laughter danced in the air and dreams were woven together. As I settled onto the bench, I observed the lively scenes around me. Families laughing, couples sharing quiet moments, and pets frolicking, all weaving together a tapestry of life in perfect harmony, a vivid juxtaposition to the turmoil that resides within me. I took out my phone, flipping through snapshots of Tyler and me, capturing the moments of our journey together. Every image served as a poignant reminder of what was at stake for me. The weight of remorse was suffocating, an unyielding wave that loomed ready to pull me under. I found myself seeking guidance, yearning for a conversation, yet I wondered, who could I turn to? My companions, they would never grasp the depth of it. Someone who listens and guides you through your journey, perhaps, but the idea of sharing my feelings with someone I didn't know felt overwhelming. As the sun began to set, I made my way back home, burdened by the heaviness of my hidden truth. I went about making dinner, moving through the steps, putting on a facade of normalcy for Tyler's return. Yet each sound of clinking utensils, each hiss from the skillet, echoed the disruption of the ordinary life I had once known. As Tyler stepped inside, a radiant smile spread across his face, illuminating the room with his joy. A wave of guilt washed over me, striking with a force that felt almost tangible. He embraced me, his warmth a vivid contrast to the chilling fear that lingered within. "I've missed you," he whispered, pressing his lips gently against my forehead. "I've missed you too," I replied, the words lingering like a distant memory, heavy and bittersweet. As we gathered around the table, I attempted to spark a conversation, yet my thoughts wandered to distant realms. Tyler caught sight of my wandering thoughts, his brow knitting together in worry. "Are you doing all right, Alyssa? You appear to be a bit different today." I inhaled deeply, feeling the weight of anticipation in the air. "Tyler, there's a tale I must share with you. A tale unfolded in your absence." His expression transformed from worry to bewilderment. "Can you share what it is?" In that moment of uncertainty, I paused. The word lingered in my throat. How can I share this without causing a rift between us? I embarked on a journey that led me to a place of deep remorse. In that fleeting instant, vulnerability took hold, and I deeply regret it. Tyler's expression was a canvas of bewilderment. "What are you saying, Alyssa? My eyes wandered away, glued to the table instead of meeting his gaze. In a moment of solitude, I found myself making a choice I would come to regret, alongside shadow. The stillness that ensued was overwhelming. Tyler's fork made a sharp noise as it hit his plate. "What do you mean by shadow?" I shared my voice, soft and tentative, recounting the solitude, the fleeting moment of vulnerability, and the choice that ensued. Tyler's response took me by surprise. In that moment, there was a calmness, a stillness that filled the air, devoid of any raised voices or fury. In that moment, his gaze held a blend of sorrow and empathy, as if he were sharing an unspoken narrative with me. "Alyssa, I'm at a loss for words. It's been a challenging time, especially with my job and all that comes with it. I realize I've been a bit withdrawn lately, and I want to express my apologies for it." His reaction, his serenity, his effort to comprehend only intensified my remorse. "I truly apologize, Tyler. I found myself at a loss for other ways to navigate through it all." With a reassuring smile, he leaned in his hand, finding mine across the table. "We'll get through this," he said, his voice steady and warm. "But we need to share, truly share, the narrative of where we are, about our journey together." As the stars twinkled above our conversation, flowed seamlessly into the early hours of the morning. It wasn't merely a matter of my error. It was about the journey we shared, the bond of our union, and the widening gap that had emerged between us. Tyler's insight and his readiness to navigate this challenge became a beacon amidst the turmoil of my remorse. As we nestled in bed, enveloped by the shadows, I sensed that this was merely the start of something profound. The journey toward letting go and finding peace would be a winding path filled with obstacles. In Tyler's embrace, a flicker of hope ignited within me, a possibility to mend what I had almost shattered. The tapestry of our existence, once woven with such care, now seemed like a delicate dream waiting to unravel. Yet with patience and dedication, there may be a way to heal it. As I slipped into a restless slumber, it dawned on me that confronting Tyler after my treachery was not merely an ending, but rather a difficult, essential start. As the days passed, they melded together in a haze, while I navigated the challenge of maintaining a facade around Tyler. Each glance from him seemed to carry a weight of judgment. Every caress, a haunting echo of my disloyalty. Rest eluded me, and food lost its appeal as the shadows of my actions lingered in my mind. Shadow, picking up on my unease, grew increasingly attached, intensifying the weight of my guilt. I began to steer clear of the guest house, yet the recollection of that day lingered in my mind, impossible to shake off. The quiet of our home, which used to wrap around us like a warm embrace, now loomed like a prison. I found myself wrestling with the idea of opening up to Tyler, yet the fear of losing him loomed large in my heart. There was a time when everything felt chaotic, and I found myself searching for a way to take the reins once more. As time unfolded, each day seemed to weave a more intricate tapestry of suffering than the one before. I caught myself observing Tyler, searching for hints that he was aware of what he might suspect. Yet his affection remained unwavering, intensifying the weight of the guilt that lingered. How might I share this with him? How could I possibly resist? One evening, as we gathered in the living room, the air was heavy with the weight of unexpressed thoughts. Tyler sat absorbed in his book glasses, resting precariously on the tip of his nose, while I feigned interest in the television, my thoughts swirling with a tempest of guilt and anxiety. Tyler, I began, my voice soft and hesitant. I have a tale to share with you. He gazed upward, our eyes locking in a moment that radiated a warmth, stirring a deep ache within my heart. What's on your mind, Alyssa? I inhaled deeply, the weight of the words resting on my lips. While you were gone, I found myself caught in a moment that I now wish I could take back. His expression transformed worry, carving deep lines into his forehead. Can you share what took place? The atmosphere felt charged, as if the very space we occupied was closing in on us, the walls looming ever closer. In a moment of solitude, I found myself reflecting on the experiences that shaped my journey. I found myself in a bit of a predicament, caught in the depths of shadow. The stillness that ensued was overwhelming. With a gentle thud, Tyler's book landed on the floor. His expression shifted, revealing layers of bewilderment, followed by a deep ache, all cloaked in darkness. His voice carried a blend of astonishment and pain. I nodded, my eyes drifting away from his gaze. I found myself in the guest house, enveloped by a sense of solitude, and I ventured into uncharted territory. I deeply regret what happened, Tyler. He rose to his feet, moving restlessly around the room, his fingers tangling in his hair. I'm at a loss for words, Alyssa. This is a narrative that unfolds with each word inviting you to immerse yourself in the journey ahead. Surprising. Emotions poured from my eyes, the burden of my revelation overwhelming me. I understand. I deeply apologize. In the midst of solitude, I found myself grappling with the unsettling sensation that we were growing distant from one another. Tyler halted his restless movements, pivoting to meet my gaze. His eyes wandered, seeking to grasp the meaning behind it all. It feels like we've drifted apart, doesn't it? I've been so immersed in my work and my hobbies. I've overlooked the bond we share, the moments that weave us together. But this, Alyssa, this is a tale I never envisioned. I can see why you might find it hard to let go of what happened. I murmured, my voice trembling. The time has come for me to share this secret that I've held on to for far too long. It was consuming me from the inside out. He settled back into his seat, a gentle warmth spreading across his features. Alyssa, I'm not suggesting that it's acceptable because it truly isn't. Yet my affection for you runs deep. We've woven a journey together, and I seek to comprehend and navigate through this. However, patience is essential in this journey. The sense of relief washed over us, but it carried with it the awareness that the journey ahead would be filled with obstacles to navigate. I am ready to go to any lengths, Tyler, seeking guidance, support, anything to find a way forward. He nodded, his gaze wandering through the realms of memory. Let's begin our journey from that point. Assistance is essential for both of us. That night, we found ourselves wide awake, lost in the moments that unfolded around us. We shared, truly shared about all that mattered. Once upon a time, there were fears that loomed, large dreams that sparkled like stars, and a distance that stretched like an endless road between two hearts. It was a journey filled with intensity and struggle, yet it held great importance. We decided to reach out for guidance, aiming to restore what I had almost shattered. As the days unfolded, the air in our home was thick with tension, yet filled with a sense of hope. Tyler offered encouragement, but our exchanges had taken on a new depth. Each touch, each conversation carried the heavy burden of my revelation. Shadow, steadfast and true, appeared to feel the change in the air, remaining nearby, yet maintaining a respectful distance, as if he too grasped the weight of the moment. I started visiting a therapist, a guide to help me explore my guilt and the deeper reasons behind my choices. Tyler joined me for some sessions, and together we began to uncover the depths of our relationship, exploring the fissures that had emerged. The journey unfolded with a deliberate pace, marked by challenges and frequent obstacles along the way. There were days when the journey felt stagnant, where the atmosphere was heavy with unspoken conflicts. Yet there were instances of revelation where we bonded in ways we hadn't in ages. One evening, after a particularly intense session, Tyler took my hand as we sat on the porch, the vibrant hues of the sunset painting the sky around us. Alyssa, I want you to share your journey with me. We share this journey side by side. It's more than simply letting go of what happened. It's a journey of rediscovery, a path leading us back to one another. His words and his touch wove a soothing narrative for my soul. Thanks, Tyler. My feelings for you run deep, and I am dedicated to nurturing what we have. As the sun sank beneath the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, a sense of hopeful anticipation filled the air around our yard. The delicate balance of our existence, once so seamless, now seemed like a fleeting dream. Yet, as the days went by and our efforts continued, what once felt like a mere fantasy began to transform into something tangible and attainable. Should I reveal the truth, or let the hidden burden take over my being? The peak of the journey is drawing near, but for now, we were embarking on a journey cautious and measured towards mending, towards letting go, towards a fresh start. One evening, the air was thick with anticipation as Tyler, sensing something amiss in my demeanor, decided to confront me. His worry hung in the air, and in that instant, I shattered. The words flowed forth, revealing the depths of my unimaginable deed. Tyler's expression shifted from worry to bewilderment to sheer terror. The stillness that ensued was overwhelming. As he stepped out, the sound of the front door echoed through the silence, a final punctuation to his departure. I found myself seated in solitude with Shadow, who gazed at me with those pure, unknowing eyes, oblivious to the tempest he had inadvertently become a part of. Days had drifted by since that fateful night, and the atmosphere in our home was heavy with silence and lingering feelings. Tyler had come back, yet the cozy atmosphere that used to embrace our home was now overshadowed by an unsettling coldness. Each encounter was carefully weighed, every dialogue approached with care. As I stood in the kitchen, the rhythmic motion of chopping vegetables unfolded like a familiar tale. a soothing backdrop to the whirlwind of thoughts swirling in my mind. In the stillness of the house, the sharp clink of a knife meeting the cutting board echoed, breaking the quiet like a whisper of secrets waiting to be shared. In the dim light of the room, Shadow rested in the corner, his eyes darting up to meet mine from time to time, as though he could feel the unease in the air. Tyler entered the room, each step resonating with weight. He lingered at the threshold, his gaze fixed on me for a heartbeat before he finally broke the silence. Alyssa, we need to have a conversation, he said, his voice soft, nearly a murmur. I turned the knife still in my hand, sensing the intensity of his stare. I understand, I said, placing the knife down with a sharp sound. I've been eager to hear your words. He sat at the kitchen table, his hands intertwined, gazing down at them as if they contained the secrets of the universe. I've been navigating through it all. It's quite a challenge, Alyssa. The actions you took are beyond anything I ever imagined we would encounter. I settled into my seat opposite him, the table stretching out between us like an expansive divide. I hear you, Tyler. I've been on a journey to make sense of it all. I deeply regret all that has happened. He lifted his gaze, our eyes locking in a moment, charged with a blend of sorrow and uncertainty. I understand your perspective, but there's more to it than simply saying sorry. It's a journey of faith, a glimpse into what lies ahead. What steps can we take to progress from here? The question lingered, a weighty silence enveloping the moment, waiting for a tale to unfold. I extended my hand across the table, pausing just before it met his. I wish to restore that confidence, Tyler. I'm ready to embark on any journey necessary. Healing journeys unfold with care, embracing the moments and allowing growth to take its course. I understand the journey ahead may be challenging. I am eager to embark on it. Tyler's hand lingered close, neither pulling away nor fully embracing mine. I've been reflecting on that. Perhaps we could embark on a journey to seek guidance together. We need a guide to lead us through this journey. A wave of comfort enveloped me, intertwined with a profound weight of duty. Absolutely, I see your point. We seek a guiding light, a companion to help us navigate our journey back to one another. He nodded, his eyes wandering to Shadow, who had settled beside him, resting his head on Tyler's knee. So, what's the story with him? Tyler inquired, his tone gentler this time. As I gazed at Shadow, A wave of remorse washed over me. He is not guilty in any of this. He may not grasp the events that unfolded, yet I sense he perceives the shift within our home. With a tender motion, Tyler's hand finally found its way to Shadow, caressing the soft fur of the loyal companion. We need to explore the best path ahead with him as well. He holds a special place in our hearts. The dialogue that ensued was among the most challenging we had ever experienced. We shared tales of boundaries, of the importance of carving out space and time, and of the journey toward forgiveness. It wasn't a promise, but it marked the beginning of something new, a challenging yet essential start to an adventure neither of us saw coming. As darkness enveloped the world, we gathered on the porch, the refreshing breeze, a welcome contrast to the intensity of our conversation. Once upon a time, the sky transformed into a breathtaking canvas, painted in deep blues and rich purples as stars began to twinkle like distant dreams. Tyler's arm slipped around my shoulders, a gesture that felt both comforting and heavy with the significance of what had changed between us. "We'll get through this," he whispered, almost as if sharing a secret with the universe. Yet I could sense the depth of his conviction. I nestled closer to him, the warmth of his presence, a vivid reminder of the battles we were waging. In unison, I murmured in reply, the word resonating like a vow, a delicate glimmer of hope amidst the shadows. The path before us was shrouded in mystery, filled with obstacles we could not foresee. Yet, in that instant, as the night wrapped around us, a flicker of something akin to hope emerged. Not the vibrant, shining promise of our history, but a careful, hesitant one, emerging from the remnants of our missteps. As we lingered in that moment, the stillness transformed from a heavy weight to a gentle promise of healing, understanding, and maybe with time, forgiveness. Once the symphony of our existence played a flawless melody, but now it seemed like a delicate mirage. Yet, as time flowed on and our endeavors continued, it began to feel less like a mere fantasy and more like a tangible reality. In the days that followed, Tyler and I hardly exchanged words. The house, once alive with the vibrancy of our shared moments, now stood like a forgotten relic, resonating with the stillness of our troubled bond. Every room was a canvas painted with echoes of joy and affection, yet it felt as if they were taunting the space that lay between us. Tyler proposed that we explore therapy not only as a couple, but also for my own personal journey. It was a gentle nudge, a reflection of his lingering affection even amidst the chaos. We decided to part ways, for a time allowing ourselves the room to mend and reflect. I settled into the guest house, the very spot where my life had shifted dramatically. In that moment, I found myself in a world of reflection, a journey through my choices and the paths they had carved. Shadow. Our faithful German Shepherd remained by Tyler's side, and that turned out to be the right choice. His presence would have woven a tapestry of my betrayal, echoing through every moment shared. The therapy sessions unfolded with great intensity. Each one revealed the depths of my inner world, laying bare the tender spots of my solitude, my remorse, and the intricate tapestry of my feelings. I discovered the profound nature of my solitude, how I had turned to misguided sources for solace, and the deeper struggles that had led me to such a desperate choice. Tyler and I began to connect once more, not as a married couple, but as two individuals seeking to comprehend one another's struggles. Our conversations unfolded like a delicate dance, each word a careful step toward deeper understanding. We shared tales of our deepest fears and wildest dreams, reflecting on the chasm that had widened between us and the glimmer of hope for reconciliation. In the midst of uncertainty about what lay ahead, the stillness of the guest house offered a glimmer of hope that whispered possibilities yet to unfold. Perhaps in the remnants of what once was, we can craft a new narrative that rises from the ruins. The therapy sessions, while challenging, served as a guiding light, illuminating the path through our confusion and pain. Many nights were spent in deep reflection, the quiet of the guest house echoing my inner musings. As I reflected on the moments Tyler and I shared in this place, I could feel the warmth of our dreams woven together with hope and affection. Now those memories carried a sense of sadness, yet they also sparked a determination to seek redemption. The journey of recovery unfolded gradually, marked by challenges along the way. There were moments when the burden of my remorse felt overwhelming, when the image of Tyler's suffering consumed my thoughts. Yet there were instances of revelation where we bonded in ways long forgotten, where the affection we once knew sparked anew, though transformed into something different. One evening, following a notably intense session, Tyler made his way to the guest house. As we settled onto the cozy porch, the cool night air wrapped around us, like a gentle embrace. He grasped my hand, a gesture that felt both known and heavy with the significance of what had changed between us. Alyssa, I want you to share your journey with me. We share this journey side by side. It's more than simply letting go of what happened. It's a journey of rediscovery. Between us, he expressed, his tone unwavering, infused with a heartfelt honesty that resonated deeply within me. Thanks, Tyler. My feelings for you run deep, and I am dedicated to ensuring our journey together thrives. I responded, sensing the depth of my words echoing inside me. As the sun sank beneath the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, a sense of hopeful anticipation filled the air around our yard. The melody of our existence, once so beautiful, now seemed like a delicate dream. Yet, as the days went by and our efforts continued, what once felt like a mere fantasy began to transform into something tangible and achievable. The adventure had only just begun. Every step taken was a struggle, every dialogue a connection over turbulent seas. Yet, in that instant, as the night wrapped around us, a flicker of something akin to hope emerged. Not the vivid, shining optimism of our history, but a careful, measured one, emerging from the remnants of our missteps. As we lingered in that moment, the stillness transformed from a heavy weight to a gentle promise of healing understanding, and maybe in due course, forgiveness. The tapestry of our existence, once woven with such care, now seemed like a delicate mirage. Yet as time flowed on and our endeavours continued, it began to feel less like a mere fantasy and more like a tangible reality. Will Alyssa and Tyler rediscover their connection and reunite? In the unfolding of events, the truth will gradually reveal itself. Asterisk, asterisk. If you found the tale captivating, be sure to subscribe, like and share your thoughts in the comments. This will help us craft more captivating narratives for you.